One of the biggest traps I see a lot of creatives fall into is this destructive habit of comparing yourself to other people. It's a surefire way to ruin your fulfillment and hurt your creativity as an artist. So in this video, I want to break down this idea and talk about some of the super talented people I've compared myself to in the past. So let's get into it, and remember, so for starters, I think one of the main ways that artists, designers, creatives compare themselves to others is by seeing other people get opportunities in public. When our friends, colleagues, our ops, whoever gets some kind of cool opportunity that's impressive or something that you would have wanted to do, it's so easy to go, why couldn't that have been me? And instead of congratulating someone, you're sitting there feeling jealous. And you don't even have to publicly or even privately congratulate someone, but just the energy of feeling good for someone doing something good in the community is far better than that scarcity mindset where there's only so many opportunities and I need to get them all. There's millions of things, there's infinite things for everyone to do. It does you or the other person no good to feel bad about that. When we put energy into being envious about chances that other people got, it doesn't take anything away from them. All it does is take up space in your mind and distracts you from the energy and the mental bandwidth from the real creative work that you should be doing to get to those places. So here's a thought. Maybe instead of being jealous or upset that someone else got an opportunity that you may have wanted, why don't you lock in and do the actual work and become better at your craft so in the near future, you can get those same opportunities. And look, it may seem like I'm projecting a little bit, and maybe I am. In the past, I have been upset that people have gotten opportunities that I haven't. And I have been that woe is me, like why couldn't I get this chance? Everything is out to get me, like that. It's like a grown-up teenage angst transpired into this, creative field. I have been there, but how lame is that? I think if you just want to break this whole idea down into its simplest form, it's that someone getting something good does not take anything away from you. There's an infinite amount of opportunities, success, fame, money, respect, whatever it is that you want, it's out there in this world. So just try to be grateful when opportunities come upon you and be happy for other people when you see them out there getting their chances. A rising tide lifts all ships. So I think this idea of feeling any type of envy, comparison, or jealousy does not just apply to opportunities that are given to other people, but the very successes that they even made for themselves. Like how whack is that? Our brain really wants to trick us into being mad for someone doing something dope. And in theory, anyone can start a new project, make a YouTube channel, get to work with the biggest brands in the world, but it's about what you do with those chances that matter. When I first started this YouTube channel, for example, or posting my design work on Instagram, it was really hard not to compare numbers with other people. And not only were there graphic designers, but all kinds of other visual artists seeing far more success than I was. But instead of letting it make me feel jealous, I try my best to reframe it so that it gives me motivation to get even better. I think there's a healthy amount of this comparison too, but you have to use it as fuel for your creativity to get better and not let it make you feel demotivated or resent or compare yourself to others in a negative way. I went into hyper grind mode the past 3 to 5 years, and I've talked about this before, and I think seeing other people around me succeed only motivated me more. It was really not easy to quit my job and to go and become a freelance graphic designer. It was also even harder to be vulnerable enough to start posting videos on Instagram and YouTube and just work on a bunch of stuff at the same time. But that very journey has been so rewarding. And quite frankly, I've been doing pretty good for myself the past few years. And I think in addition to being happy for other people's successes, it's also good to feel grateful for your own wins. And if you always push the goalpost forward and every accomplishment you get, you never sit back and enjoy it, then what will it really all be for at the end of the day? Before I hop into my last talking point about comparing your own artistic style to other people, I want to be fully transparent with you all. I want you to understand that I'm talking about these points not from a high and mighty type of view, but from someone who's experienced this exact feeling. I've spent countless hours wasting my time comparing myself to other people. Instead of feeling negative these days, I'm just stoked to see how much dope shit other designers and artists are out there doing. So with that being said, here are a few people that I've compared myself to in the past that I really respect and are doing awesome stuff. So this first one is Chase Shoebridge, and the way I've compared myself to this amazing designer in the past is just how good his typography and layout work is. Every time I see him post, it seems like he steps the game up and is working with insane clients, doing awesome stuff, and he works in a style that I feel like I work similarly in, but it's just so much better. This guy is amazing, super talented designer. I mean, look how good this layout is on this movie poster. The next person I've compared myself to is my friend Katrina. They are so good at making content in the design world. I am constantly impressed by all the types of reels that they do, and the numbers they get are insane. And it can be hard, to not compare your views and stuff to other people when other people are killing it. But instead of making me feel jealous or bad, I think, damn, this person's killing it, and everyone doing good in the design community just lifts up others. So if there's an appetite for design content, that's good for me, because then there's more to go around. I mean, even they have 46,000 subscribers. Ever since they were at like 10, 20K, they were putting up crazy numbers on YouTube like this. And I just think their vlogs are good, and it's an impressive approach to design and art content. Next up, probably my favorite living designer right now, Braulio Amato. He continues to do the most creative and weird poster designs that I think inspired an entire niche of design and this kind of anti-design, weird stuff going on, color blocking. I've 100% been inspired by him in the past, and maybe even to a fault. Look at this. So beautiful layout, crazy texture, and it comes from ripping up paper like this. Like seeing the way he approaches things. I saw a tweet one time, they said Braulio's the king of looking around, because he'll show you the references for his posters that he pumps out for this good room stuff. Just took that texture and design off that random pole in the subway. I love his approach to stuff. Gox, this guy is a renaissance man, I swear, and I was lucky enough to meet him at Adobe Max in the past, and then recently at the Creator Camp trip in Switzerland. So talented, so young, and so humble. This would be cool enough already if he was just this good at being a talented artist, but he raises the bar so much with his actual videos. Not only does the art he make in the videos cool, but I mean, like, look at even this opening shot. No one is doing it like this on YouTube. Like his style, I think, is unmatched, and he continues to raise the bar with every upload. Next up is another one of my friends, Duran. I'm constantly impressed by the type of people that he gets to work with. He gets to work with bands like The Killers, Metallica, AC/DC. And not only does Duran get to work with these insanely talented artists, but I think he was a huge influence in inspiring just the styles of merch design we've seen over the past few years in general. And it's so hard not to compare yourself to someone who's been able to have that much influence over a community. And I hope to one day have that much influence within my own design work or within my videos or whatever it may be. What I really appreciate about Duran is his style is so consistent, and he's really good at multiple different mediums. And if he's working with the Eagles or Green Day or Metallica, it all feels like one cohesive portfolio. In addition to making dope shit, Duran is constantly sharing the sauce here on YouTube and trying to help designers out with mock-ups, YouTube videos, and just inspiration as a designer. The last person is Eli. I'm sure you've seen him before, Toasted by Eli. How can you not compare yourself to him on Instagram when you see someone putting up poster designs that are getting 56,000 likes? Like, he is the gold standard of all of the designers I know in getting good reach and engagement and pumping out dope shit on Instagram. He seems to have an endless supply of uplifting quotes, awesome ideas for cool little characters, and just a style that I think has been replicated a lot by other people. And he's kind of perfected the whole top text, bottom text, cool shareable stuff that does well on social media, but without compromising the aesthetic. Like, it's still dope. It's not corny like the ones that are just text on a gradient or something. Pretty much, I just wanted to tell you that I'm not immune to this idea of comparison or feeling like you want to be doing what other people are doing. And hopefully I'm inspiring other people to somewhat compare themselves to me, but it's about framing it in a positive way. So go check out all those people. I'll also link their stuff below. So obviously as a graphic designer, I make visual art, and a lot of people who make any type of thing in a visual medium, it's really easy to compare your art style to other people. In this internet age specifically, we're met with so much information in other people's artwork every day, it almost seems impossible to not be influenced or compare what you're doing to other people stylistically. In the early days, I was constantly comparing my lack of ability to draw to other people. And as I moved through my career, I realized not only do I not have to learn how to draw good, I don't really have to learn how to draw that well at all, because I can lean into the other skills and the other things that I really like and perfect those instead of comparing myself to someone who's already really good at some other type of aspect. So once I started, going into my own thing and finding my own style with layout, typography, and color, working in that opened up a whole new rabbit hole of people that I could not only get inspiration from, but unfortunately compare myself to, because they're so fucking talented. Nowadays though, when I see a beautiful piece of typography, a nice layout, wonderful use of color, I use it as inspiration rather than comparing it in any way to what I would do. And I'm not perfect, I still fall into these traps, but it's good to just practice that and be aware of it so you can do it less and less. And I'm still developing my art style myself. And I think that, quite honestly, that's something that's just gonna evolve forever and never fully be solidified. And I don't really think that's a bad thing though. I think it's good as artists to ever evolve your style, your taste, and just continue to try new things. If you enjoy what you're doing, you tried your best, you put your all into it, and you're happy with how the final piece turned out, that has nothing to do with how good someone else is at that same thing. They are two entirely different things. You should be happy with it. Continue to grow. Don't use it as a crutch to feel like you've already arrived at some point that you're not at yet. But do celebrate your wins. Do feel good about the progress you've made, and just have fun with it. At the end of the day, if we're not having fun with what we love to do, then why are we doing it at all? So all we can do is focus on being our best selves, our best designers, our best artists, our best creatives, our best humans, and don't worry about the things out there that we can't control. Thank you so much for listening to me yap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having fun and getting fulfillment in the things that you're pursuing. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.